Hello everyone, Lazy here. I'm simply here to talk about my hobby in creating custom Yu-Gi-Oh cards. The website I'm using is cardmaker.net, and what this website does is give me an outline on how to make a Yu-Gi-Oh card. To start off, I need to think of a name for the card. Normally, I usually make a set of cards that are related to each other. To give an example, let's say I use Sesame Street as my reference. I don't want to use the name Sesame Street in my card, so I think of ways to change it. I like to keep the word street since it is easy to identify where I got my idea, and then I added clowns since the puppets are known to be goofy and funny like clowns. Now that I established a name for this set, I began looking for pictures online so it can match the name. As you can see behind me, I'm using Elmo as a reference. Making a name and finding the right picture is simple enough to do. The hard part in creating a custom Yu-Gi-Oh card is making the text and what the card does. The interesting thing about the wording of Yu-Gi-Oh cards is that it's very specific and strict in its wording. Yu-Gi-Oh cards follow a rule called psct, which means problem solving card text. Essentially, this is to make sure that there are no problems when figuring out what a card does. An example of this is the once per turn clause. When you think of the phrase once per turn, you would think it means that the card can only use that effect once only. But in reality, what it actually means is that it can use this effect once per turn while it is on the field. This means that if you're able to make it leave the field and bring it back, it will be able to use the effect again. Yu-Gi-Oh fixes this problem by adding another clause to its deck. The clause will be, you can only use the effect of name once per turn. This essentially makes sure that this card's effect can only be used once during that turn, regardless if you bring it back. I never really enjoyed traditional writing as it felt too boring and I never really got the satisfaction when it came to writing. The strictness in Yu-Gi-Oh card text is what makes writing fun for me. It presents a challenge for me to think outside the box whenever I think about creating cards. I've created many custom Yu-Gi-Oh cards, some of which were not really good, but it was still fun to create them. Even though this form of writing is a bit unique, in the end, it is still a form of writing that allows me to appreciate the effort people put in whenever they write about anything. Anyways, there is so much more I want to talk about, but I am running low on time. I am Lazy King, and I hope you enjoyed my rambling. Goodbye.